Have you ever wanted your life to be different? Maybe you wanted to have a bit of a change in your career, do a little bit something different from your job, but you have a stable job. I mean, it's so hard trying to start from zero. What would people think about you? What about your friends that would see you even trying and maybe even failing? That would be so embarrassing. Or maybe you are in a relationship at the moment or even marriage and you're not happy with that person, but what would you do? Like, what would people say? What would your parents say? How can you start from zero? It's so afflicting, but sometimes it's about really listening to that voice inside our head. And in today's episode with Chats with Chiara, we're gonna be discovering what to do with taking risks and with this little voice that it's always inside our head that tells us that we can try better, but we don't know how because we have circumstances, we have a real life, right? And even with starting this podcast, it took me a year to start because all that time I had the same voice that told me that nobody would listen, nobody would care. But I said, you know what? It's okay to try and fail. At least I can tell myself that I've tried instead of living my whole life with the same thought that told me, why did you not try? At least you could have tried. Maybe it would have worked. But before we get to my story and who I am and what I'm doing with my life beside my podcast and why I even thought of doing my podcast, I want to talk about this little voice that is inside every single one of you. And I know it is. Maybe you even come from a strict family, like mine, for example, very strict Catholic Italian family, but maybe you can have something similar, where the only profession that is accepted is being a doctor, an engineer. I mean, you can't really blame them because they come from a different culture and from a time where TikTok and Instagram and podcasts didn't really exist and it wasn't really a thing, right? So they don't really know any better. And back then they were getting married really early, okay? So maybe by the time you were like your age, you were 30, they already had 3 kids. And instead, today, you could be like me. You don't even have a home. Never mind kids. Never mind, not even a situationship at this point. But times certainly have changed, haven't they? They're a little bit different nowadays. We have been exposed to technology advancement, different opportunities. It's not as easy to get a job as it was before. Sorry, mom. It's not just easy as just getting a degree and it will get you a job nowadays, right? And it's not certainly as easy as to go out and meet someone in a bar and get married because people have got Tinder nowadays. They've got Instagram, even Hinge, so many apps. I don't even know how many are out there. So people have got a little bit more option and it was a little bit easier back then, maybe. Sorry. They got more. People also travel. So, I mean, they've got exposure to like the hot chick from Brazil and God knows whoever model they are out there, you know. And that there's just us, you know. We're just trying to live and we're trying to maybe make our family happy too and maybe also proud of ourselves without being necessarily married or with a house, kids and husband that secretly makes us cry. So of course there is exceptions for everybody, but let's start with one step at a time, okay? We gotta give our parents a little bit the benefit of the doubt because back then it was different. Like I said, no Instagram, no TikTok, no YouTube, nothing that we have access to. And in a way, also, sometimes when they do push us to be in a certain job or position, it comes from a place of care. We have to recognize that. And we do know that deep down, even if it still hurts, because we wish they would see our potential besides that. But we do still care. We do still want to make our mom and dad proud of us, right? Even if sometimes it costs our identity, you know, they want the best for us. They want us to be safe. They want us to not struggle. Maybe like they did struggle when they were our age. So they don't want us to repeat maybe or even make similar mistakes. Or some of them, sometimes they're not even doctors themselves, so they didn't have that career that they want us to chase so much themselves. Because sometimes they do project onto their kids. Maybe the kid becomes kind of like a canvas to express and to achieve those things that they never could achieve when they were our age. Could be a different reason for everybody, but the point that we need to really accept is that for how much we love our parents and our family, our culture and our tradition, is that we have our own unique life, and one day, unfortunately, for how tragic it is, that one day our parents are not going to be with us anymore and we would have lived a life just for them, for one day for us to not even be here to keep witnessing it, right? And we'll just be waking up with the same feeling that even grows inside of us. every single day that tells us, why did you not try at least? But it's not just our parents. Sometimes it can be our friends too. We don't want to like make ourselves vulnerable to leave our stable job that gives us a good salary or just stability, right? And then be exposed to our peers that see us and maybe even laugh at us for even trying something that could be so stupid. Maybe you want to try a new Instagram account, maybe, you know? Your friends would bump into it and just see that you only get 3 views. That's a bit awkward, right? We don't want them to judge you. Or maybe even work colleagues. Imagine, that's even worse. Maybe your boss sees that. It's a bit. I'll give you a little bit of a tip that I might have used myself. There is a lovely block button on Instagram that you could use and block all the people that could potentially see it. At least the most important ones, the ones that would judge the most, like your auntie Gloria or whoever it is that you know that would really, really annoy you. Anyway, at the beginning, you're only going to get 3 views, so they don't need to see it, and definitely wouldn't reach to loads of people. I have to just prepare you for that, because at the beginning, it's going to be difficult to start. And how do I know that? I already started something, and I've been there, actually, myself. I had a stable job. It was after uni, so you think, oh yeah, well, you are younger. I'm starting a podcast now, and I'm like basically almost 30, and it's embarrassing because maybe only 3 viewers are watching this. But I'm doing it. Am I pooping myself? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm very scared of being judged, of saying the wrong thing, because guess what? We are all human. We all have fears, and we all have fears of failing and of exposing ourselves and being vulnerable, because that's what it is. Sometimes following your dreams does mean being vulnerable, and sometimes people use that against you, and you also use it against you because you're scared of like not only disappointing your family and friends, but above all, disappointing yourself, because you go out of your comfort zone. You tried and it flopped miserably, and it stings. But you know what? I thought that it always would sting more is to live your whole life reaching 18, 90 years old. Hopefully we all reach that age, and just not having done anything and never have followed our passion, our heart, lived life simply for other people, and kept wondering, what if I actually tried? At least I tried, but really tried, not just done one video for a month or tried for a month. Just seriously try everything, try your best. You know what trying your best mean. Like really trying your best, not just waiting to make that little voice inside you win because I told you were not good at it and not to try it. Oh yeah, what have you done? Like you posted for a week, or you started like your new venture for like a month and you thought you'll be a millionaire by then? Oh, that's how the world works, right? It's not luck, it's just results, and people that have actually got views and got followers and got actually good results, real results. You have to make peace with the fact that it took them years of trying. It took them time, blood, sweat and tears, and you want to arrive like a little princess, sit there and just expect things to happen like this. The world doesn't work like that. Wake up, hello, it's not a movie. So life is not a movie. You just simply have to be accountable for your actions and for your life too, because you'll only live one life, yeah? So one day you will see everything that you tried, that you've not tried, that you risked and you've not risked. Even with love, there was a time where I thought I had to get married by a certain age, and I thought I was going to get married to a really person that was not suitable for me, just because I was scared that I would then be too old. And a lot of people do that because they want to make their parents happy, and society and expectations, or people that don't even know, just to say, hey, I'm married before this age, yeah, because that suits and fits the script, or fits the script of the family. Oh, this is what the norm is like. This is what the normal time should be like, right? For everything. So we change ourselves. A little part of us dies inside of us every single day to make other people happy and to fit other people's expectations. And then we wonder why we're depressed. We wonder why we're not happy in our life. And we cannot be true. We cannot be real. We're coming with a mask. We live for other people. We do things for other people, for other society, for people we don't even know. Just to say to somebody that we just met at the nail salon that we're married, because otherwise we will feel ashamed for being single, and to actually take time to choose the right person, because you want to choose the right person. It takes time sometimes. It's not the first person, especially not the one that makes you cry or that disrespects you or that cheats on you, that you know that is not good for you. that mistreats you in any sort of way, but you stay because you're scared that you cannot find anything better. You just become complacent to a life that you know that you're not happy living, but you're just too scared to try, and you think that's better than risking to actually start dating again or even being alone. Everybody, oh my god, she's gonna die alone with cats. Well, I think that's a little bit better than being with a maniac or with a person that treats you, that makes you cry every single day. We are so scared of what is not even there, but we are okay with what we see every day and with our life, how miserable our life is. We're okay with that. We accept that. You know you deserve better, but you're scared. And I know that it's valid to be scared, but it happens one step at a time. If I can tell you a little bit about my life, I came from Italy when I was 17 and I moved into the UK. I didn't know anybody, no family, no friends, nobody I could knock on the door and say, hey, can you come and help me if I struggle? Nobody. God, it was scary. Did I know if I was gonna make it? You know what people were saying to me, my family, everybody around me? You're crazy. You've never even left my home. My dad was very strict, so I didn't even know how to take the bus. Never I would say you're gonna end up in a ditch. Everybody was saying that, and I was saying that to myself. Like, how am I gonna be able to even go food shopping? I don't even know how to catch a bus. I've never been out on my own. I couldn't even understand people in Manchester. The accent was quite different. I love them. I love my Mancunians, by the way. I miss it so much. But back then it was difficult to understand, especially when my English was a bit broken. But I did it. I decided to go for it. I was scared. I was shaking like a leaf when I was taking that plane. And when I got to that point, and I did struggle so much. I didn't know how to take a bus. I went to the wrong location so many times. I got myself in trouble. I'm not gonna lie, I did. It was very dark. I cried so much. It was so difficult. But I'm here today. I graduated with the top marks. I learned English. I can speak English. And I founded my own business today. I run my own business internationally, online, and I help wonderful women all around the world become more confident within their body, love themselves. And with this podcast, I hope I can inspire them to also pursue their dreams, not only their goals, but also love themselves in other ways too. Because obviously your physical health is one part, but there is so much more. And I started this journey literally when I was very, very young to discover myself and what I truly love doing. And one of them was fitness, and another one was being able to inspire people. I don't know what kind of skill or what you can do with it, but this is what I love doing, and this is what I'm trying today and what I'm recording right now. And I don't know what it will come out of it. I don't have a massive plan, but it's one step. And this is all it takes to start, is one step, okay? And then figuring out the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. But it always started with one step. And it's not easy starting from zero. I'm not gonna take it out from you, just saying that you're gonna maybe start that new business, this side thing. Maybe you wanna start with a little thing. Maybe you still keep your job and you just start a little bit on the side because you feel more safe doing so. And maybe it will not do very well, but try for you. I know it's difficult, but you will regret when you get to a point in your life and you're old and you keep living with the same feeling, the same regret. Why have I not started? What costs you? You know how many people I know that ask me about starting a new Instagram account, let's say. Because today, by the way, for those people that don't know, I have over 700,000 followers. This is how I lead my business. Everything is online, and I teach about fitness. And people always ask me how I can do it. I have my job, but I don't have the guts to do it. That doesn't cost you anything. It's just your mind putting barriers. Instagram is free to create. TikTok is free to start. Doesn't actually take you any capital. So for those people that are struggling with this, it's only your mind. But saying only, I know how difficult it is to win your fears. But like I said, it takes one step at a time, and nobody ensures you that you will succeed, but you really need to try. Not just a month and just post a picture, any picture that takes no effort, a video that took you no effort to make. You have to really stand out. If you have something special, a skill, you have to flaunt it. Give the best that you've got with it. Like with your heart. Try it with your heart. That's the thing that can tell you, really try with your heart. This is when trying is really trying, not just, oh, let me try that. Oh, see, it didn't work, bye. That's not trying. Try again and again. And then you get there, really try. You know what trying really means. You just get lazy and you get that voice inside of you win. It's so easy to go back to your safe space, to your safe relationship, that even if it's abusive, because you already know, your brain already knows about your current job that you hate, but hey, it pays your bills, you're safe, whatever it is, because you already know it and it's currently working. It's a comfort blanket, and it's scary to start something new and going out there. It is scary, but it's so rewarding if you really try it. And if you really do get there, you'll be so proud of yourself for having tried, and you'll regret not having started even earlier. I know it sounds like a motivational cliche thing that nobody can do, but just do it for you, for your life, for your happiness. It's not for even me telling you to do it. But anyway, I feel like this is getting too long for the first episode, so let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe so that I can see you again and can support me as well in my little new venture, and we can support each other. And I hope this encouraged you a little bit. If not, planted a seed. Maybe it will not make you start, but it planted a seed in your head. Maybe you'll start doing some research today. Maybe it will be like one step. Like I said, one step. One little step that will get you closer. My first ever step for this was getting a microphone. It took me a month to actually turn it on. But I did it. Not judging, it's your own time. Take your own time, all the time that you need. But do something small. It starts with one step. And I'll see you next time with another episode. Ciao.